I think there is where the bank will adopt a wait-and-see approach. They don't care too much. As long as sterling doesn't keep falling in an uncontrolled fashion, I think they're probably quite happy with the acknowledgement that when the currency falls a long way, good things tend to happen to the real economy after that.
I mean, the sterling is not being particularly strong. I mean, you're talking about a significant devaluation in the last 12 months.
And if we pop back 5 years and say, hands up who wants a weaker currency, every hand in the room would have gone up.
Do you feel that maybe the worst is behind the pound, at least temporarily?
Yes, absolutely. Yes,
yeah.
I do feel the worst behind the pound. It's probably at a good level to be buying that, yeah.
Okay, so you'd be buying around these levels at 128.61 there against the dollar, or would you be buying it against the euro?
Against both the euro and the dollar. And primarily when we think of the distance that we've travelled, as Francesco said, the distance travelled by sterling is pretty extraordinary over the course of the past 12 months on nothing truly fundamental. Yes, we have the potential for change to our trade relationship, and it will change, but in an unknown way, in an unknowable way for some period of time.
But don't you think there's a bit complacency there? I mean, we hear that NAFTA is going to say the 2018 target to resolve the agreements between 3-4 countries is too tight, and Brexit, we got 12 months to solve.
That's right.
I don't know how much.
And if we know one thing, well, Brexit, we got 12 months to solve the divorce bill, and then we have to renegotiate some trade. And if we know one thing about trade negotiations, it's that they can be measured in years, not quarters and not months. So this takes a very long time. And also that they're not linear. They don't go from 1 to 10 and then we can tick off all these boxes and get to a nice destination. So then as investors, how much should we truly care about each step of that journey, thinking it doesn't contribute to my overall body of knowledge?
Particularly when you've seen in recent years around Europe that there have been certain sections, certain parts of individual countries that have been protesting about certain trade agreements. So it seems even more far-fetched that a year will be able to cut it in terms of a deal.
And market attention on this will ebb and flow. We saw this throughout the 80s and the 90s with the GATT, the General Agreement on Tariff and Trade negotiations, the Uruguay round. It was the same feelings then. These are pivotal moments, these are really important, and other stuff happens, the cycle happens.